Good day, everyone. I am Janabay Daoud, the 31st reporter for this subject. So my topic is about the reading comprehension and sub-skills of reading. So what is comprehension? It is a process of understanding what is being read or heard. It involves the decoding of the text into audio, making it sense. Comprehension can be difficult but can be improved on with a practice. Generally speaking, there are three primary levels of comprehension, and they include the literal level comprehension, the inference level comprehension, and the evaluative level comprehension. So when we talk about comprehension, it goes beyond reading. It also includes listening to an audio, video, or being present in an event and comprehending the situation in that particular event. However, in this, we will focus more on reading comprehension. So later on, we will discuss what is reading comprehension and its benefits to us. Comprehension is an essential skill that student and working professional need to understand events or reading materials or etc. When a student or a professional comprehends a text or a situation accurately, they can understand or identify the main points that is provided the answers to the question from the textbooks or events or anything. So the level of comprehension may vary from person to person depending on their level of education, their experiences, and their complexity. Comprehending any subject requires an in-depth study of a topic or event. So, basically speaking, comprehension is the most important thing when we read, when we analyze, or when we have conversation, or we tend to watch videos or anything. So the level 1, the literal comprehension. So in literal comprehension, this means understanding the text, including the facts, the ideas, the vocabulary, events, and stated information. It also involves getting specific answer to a question or information gathering for the question that starts with what, where, when, who, etc. For example, who took Sandra's pen? So literal comprehension requires direct and explicit answer to question extracted from that text. So literary comprehension is an essential ability. It is an essential ability because it serves as a building block or the more advanced level of comprehension. So the level 2 is the inference comprehension. So in this comprehension, it is the ability to make a valid inferences from the facts and information received or found in a text. At this level, you must read between the lines to understand the text in the reading materials. It involves understanding the facts even if not explicitly stated in the reading materials. It explores the answer to the question that begins with why and how, because such question, it has to get their implied meaning to the meaning answered or comprehended. For example, why did Mike want to be awarded the most productive worker of the year? So the answer is to that question is highlighted as it requires inferences based on the assumption on why Mike wants to be the most productive worker of the year. Now, such inferences or conclusion may be based on facts or opinions. No. So the level 3, the evaluative comprehension. So in the evaluative comprehension, this requires a deeper understanding of the topic or event. So it involves analyzing and weighing an event or an author's intent, opinion, or language to that presentation. So it also includes evaluating the appropriateness of the author's device in achieving his aim and the making inferences based on the fact or idea implied in that event or in that reading material. For example, how did Mike feel about losing the recognition award to Thomas? So evaluative comprehension can be applied to one's performance at work or school. This also includes others, or in case you hold the supervisory role, it involves making extrapolation or conclusion on materials or event. So the evaluation can be positive, negative, or neutral. Evaluative comprehension also involves understanding the implication of the evaluation. For example, Thomas was evaluated as the most productive worker of the year, so he might understand that the assessment is positive and take pride in it. So that's it. So since we have now ideas on what is comprehension, let's move on to what is reading comprehension. So let's first define what is reading comprehension. This is the ability to process what is being read, understand the meaning the author is trying to convey both textually and subtextually, and it makes inferences based on the prior knowledge that you have. This is one of the fundamental skills influencing by the outside factors. So the reader's cognitive skills, such as the visual processing speeds, yung logical or the reasoning skills, it can have all the impact on their ability to comprehend a text. Also, the prior knowledge, the language fluency, and the ability to make inferences will also play a role in readers' comprehension. So, one of the major inputs or the focus of reading is to understand what is those you read. So it's the reading, the comprehension there is the word like understanding. So one of the things that we must employ is like, it's not effective to have a communication if you don't understand that communication or that person. Reading comprehension involves both text comprehension and vocabulary knowledge. So you need to know what each word means individually and as a part of the whole, in addition to what the text is trying to convey to the audience. So we want to be understood when we speak, and for people to understand what we write, comprehension is the goal of communication. It may not be something you remember being thought outright, and it is unlikely that you were. Reading comprehension is a skill learned throughout your schooling. It is integrated into each subject or each lesson each day. So there are two general strategies for reading comprehension that you can apply these strategies in whichever next to me want your student to comprehend. Maybe it may it be now, and if it text argumentative text or expository text, by looking at the picture on your screen, you can see a diagram, so you can see a story map of inflectional story entitled The Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So using this strategy, you can have your students diagram the story grammar of the text to raise their awareness on the settings, on the characters, the conflict, or on the important events, outcomes, as well as the themes. So the themes of that story. So another strategy is the act of the answering comprehension question. It's about what your student have read, as it will help them to focus on the meaning of the text. So again, reading comprehension is the ability to process the text, understand its meaning, and integrate it to your prior knowledge and to general strategies that we can use for enhancing the comprehension skills of our students in creating diagrams and answering comprehensive questions. Now, let's talk about the sub-skills in reading. Even though reading is a receptive skill, readers do not need to be simple as receiver of the message. Do you agree with that? Readers requires a simultaneous application of the following skills and sub-process. Of course, the reader should know how to identify the author's mood and purpose. You can recognize it through language or the word choices that the author used in the text. Next, the reader should know how to identify the main ideas of the text. Main ideas are usually found at the beginning or the end of the text, but sometimes they're not always clearly stated. So it is important to know that implied main ideas can be drawn from facts, reasons, examples that give hint, suggestion concerning the main ideas. Context. Context clues in new, encountered, unfamiliar words have looked at the information from the words or sentences that surrounds the unknown words. Analysis. In analyzing a text, you should break down its ideas and structure to understand it better, to critically think about it, and then draw a conclusion from that. Evaluation. In evaluating what you have read and trying to recognize a relevant information and interpret it in terms of your personal opinion. Sub-skills is recognizing and assigning a meaning to words when of course it includes a strategy such as the recognition of silence, interpretation of context clues, and use of phonics and structural analysis. Lastly, constructing meaning sentence in discourse and related meanings to the reader's existing knowledge. So there you have it. Thank you very much for listening and watching my report. I hope you learned something from me today. Thank you.